Let's go. Turn up the volume. And now, from Brooklyn, New York, this is the Basement Surge with John and Frank.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Basement Surge. Frank, how you doing?
I'm fired up.
We got a great show for you today, everybody. This episode, we have a couple of guys who have been knocking on the basement door for like 4 months now, so we finally let them in. Today on the show, we have the two guys from Dadnarok, Sean and Chris. How you guys doing today?
We're good. What's going on? Thanks for opening the door.
Yeah. Finally, right?
Out there, man.
It's about time.
What the hell?
I mean, I was going to tell John, don't open up the door quite yet. First, test the glory holes, see if they actually want to come in. See where the real motivation is.
I thought you were going to open it up with a chain and just kind of peek through.
So, Sean and Chris are here today to talk with us a little bit about the DC Cinematic Universe and what's been going on with that and what their thoughts on with that. But first, before we get into all of it, just a friendly reminder that you could be watching this over on YouTube. So head on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. And Frank?
Ring that motherfucking bell.
That's right.
I like when they ring the bell. Yeah. I love to give you notifications of the weird shit that we're doing.
That's right. So the links for everything we're going to mention in today's episode are down below in the show notes. So, how you doing, guys?
We're excellent.
It's about time.
I know. We're starting off 2021 right.
Yeah. Oh, man. Like, I have been trying to get you guys on the show for the longest time, but Frank has been giving me problems, so.
It's like, I don't want the issue. Now we know what the problem is.
Yeah, it's me. It's definitely me. He's easy to win over. I'm the one you got to impress.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Ron Reynolds was a great Green Lantern.
Okay.
Off the show.
You had to think about it, didn't you? You were
show.
like, wait a second.
I don't even know if I can say this.
You know what?
I don't even know if the words can come out of my mouth.
You know what? If that was me, my window would have been closed. He should get at least a 10-second timeout.
Yes, if anybody who's watched our show last season, you know that when Frank gets out of hand, I take him out of the stream.
And that was some out-of-the-hand shit. Ryan Reynolds even shot himself because of that movie.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he
Chris,
did.
Chris had told me last week that he was going to say that to you and see what you were going to say.
Oh.
I was waiting for it.
That was premeditated.
That's right. I'm a patient man.
But we'll get to the whole Green Lantern debauchery, however the hell you say it. But DC has been coming out with some really cool stuff. I think they had ever since that DC fandom. I mean, you guys remember when we did that?
In my opinion, it has some good ones and some bad ones. I feel like they're just trying too hard to catch up to Marvel. Don't just do your own thing.
Yeah.
That's it. Do your own thing.
I kind of like how they strayed a little bit where they tried that leading up to Justice League to kind of cram them all together and get the Justice League going and then branch out from there. I honestly think DC would be better off just doing these one-shots like Joker, where it's just not connected and it's its own story. They can just kind of per movie basis. I don't think they really need a connected universe. Like they tried it. It wasn't all that great. Do these one-shot stories. I'd prefer that.
I watched Joker. And Joaquin Phoenix, his performance was really great to watch him because I've always liked him ever since I saw him in Gladiator, and you know what I mean. I liked him.
He was in Gladiator.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Caesar.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you're kidding. Can never tell with you.
Frank is terribly vexed.
Forgetful fucks. Oh no, GL just started. That's it. He fired me up with a fucking knife. That's it. That's it. Now I went from zero to ruthless real quick. That's it. I'm fucking around now.
Right.
That's it. You make one wrong comment, I'm gonna fuck you right in your ass.
Frank, did you like Joker?
I enjoyed the movie, but I don't know. People always say, Heath Ledger because he won the Oscar and everything. He was the Joker. He embodied that.
Well, it's a different style.
but he embodied that Aronofsky type Joker. I am one of the people who actually enjoyed Jared Leto's portrayal because he was just manic.
I didn't like him at all.
I didn't like the tattoos. No, I didn't. I didn't like the tattoos.
And
I
the
didn't
grill?
like the grills. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? The stupid tattoo on the hand
Yeah.
with the smile. But I liked his laugh and I liked his mania, the way he presented, like, because he's a very good actor.
Yeah.
And he really gets into character because when you watch him in Fight Club and Dallas Buyers Club and the other movies he does, he's really in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do like how there can be many interpretations of Joker. I mean, you've got Nicholson, who was basically like the gangster version. Yeah. And you've got Heath Ledger's anarchist. And you've got, Joaquin Phoenix. I don't know what you would, just manic. I don't know what that is.
He's from the hood.
Yeah. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. But, the fact that you can make different movies and have such different Jokers and they're all the same character, but they're completely different.
Right.
I think that's a testament to the character itself, the one from the comics.
I think if DC and Warner Brothers were smart, and I had heard rumors about them doing this, was that they would take... I think they should take all the characters who have ever played, like all the different Batmans, all the different Jokers, all the different Supermen, and make a multiverse, kind of like what I had heard that they were doing anyway, because Michael Keaton's going to be in the Flash movie as Batman, as Bruce Wayne.
Right.
I don't know if he's going to show up in a suit, but I do know that he is going to be at least Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And...
Do you think they're just using him? He's gonna literally be the Tim Burton-esque Michael Keaton, or it's just some.
I hope it's the Tim Burton one, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have to stay true to
and leave the suit the same, so he does the bat turn.
Yeah. Well, by that point, his neck might be broke because he's so old, so he might have to move around like that.
Yeah.
I liked his Batman though. I like the Tim Burton Batmans. I fucking don't. Don't invite Val Kilmer or George Clooney. Just don't.
With the nipples?
Oh, God.
What about the Batman credit card?
All right. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. They made Bane a mindless brute. Like, he's not mindless. He's actually extremely intelligent.
I think that Michael Keaton should be playing Bruce Wayne, the older version, like Batman Beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, the old Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
if they
I'm
were
hearing
going
there's
to
some
cast
Batman Beyond stuff now
Mhm.
with
If they were
the
gonna-
announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they were going to cast Batman Beyond now as live action, it just sucks because what's his name? Will Friedle is too old now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
too
think he
old.
really looked the part anyway.
No, you know who I think would be a good Terry McGinnis is Dave Franco, who's James Franco's brother. Dave Franco, I think he could pull off a Terry McGinnis, not a Bruce Wayne, a Terry McGinnis.
Yeah. Mm.
They would probably cast somebody young so they could squeeze a few movies out of him, like Tom Holland Spider-Man kind of deal.
Yeah.
I found out recently that Chris hates Batman Returns with a passion.
Oh, I can't stand it. I won't turn it on.
How
There's
could
nothing
you
about
not
there's
like
nothing
Michelle
about
Pfeiffer
that
in Leather?
There's nothing about that movie redeemable. I put it on, I throw up a little bit in my mouth. It's like it's that bad.
Oh man, I don't know. When I think about Batman Returns, if I'm going to pull anything from that movie that was actually spot on, it is the Penguin.
Oh, he's the one I despise the most. I look at him, I'm like, I just can't.
You know what I could have done without in the Batman movies? The Prince music. I hate Prince.
I love Prince.
I think a lot of Prince fans agree with you. I think that's probably their least favorite album of Prince is the first Batman soundtrack.
Yeah.
I love the first Batman song. Party Man. I love that shit.
Oh, I grew up on it. I love it too.
I love
But
that shit.
I hate Prince.
Oh, man.
oh, well, you just hate Prince.
You know, like when they were doing what was it, the Crisis on the TV shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, nothing hurt my heart more than wishing that Christopher Reeve was still here to see him as the Kingdom Come.
That would have been
Yeah.
so epic.
Yeah,
So
that would have
epic.
been good.
I mean, still though, I guarantee you, even at the age he would have been now, he still would have pulled it off.
Well, they put Marlon Brando in Superman Returns.
You
Why
know?
can't they put Christopher Reeve in something else, you know?
You know,
Oh, that's
because
true.
I hated Brandon Routh as Superman.
Oh, really?
Dude, Superman Returns. Come on,
Yeah.
agree with me here, guys. It's a Superman movie, and he never throws a single punch in the whole movie.
I actually watched that the other night.
Oh, wait, I can't remember. Does he really not throw a punch?
No,
he
he
never
doesn't.
throws a single punch in the whole movie. Watch
No.
the movie again. He never throws a punch.
No.
And he gets shivved. He
Yeah.
gets shivved in the back by Kevin Spacey.
Yep.
That was the best part of the movie for me. I hated Kate Bosworth.
Wow, Frank.
Kate Bosworth made me throw up in my mouth.
Yeah, I didn't like her either.
But Kevin Spacey as that Lex Luthor, loved him. Loved him.
I can't believe you don't like
it didn't
Batman
age
Returns.
well, that movie.
Chris, I can't believe you don't like Batman Returns.
I'll go to the Clooney's and all those before I'll go back to Batman Returns.
All right, this man needs to officially leave our show.
Well, Chris, you don't really like the Tim Burton aesthetic, do you? A ton?
Not real. Nah,
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't like it either.
Yeah, but see, I can accept that from you because, over 2 decades of pure love. Him, I don't fucking know him.
And,
I'm not one for Tim Burton movies to begin with. Like, I think the only ones that I can actually stomach is like Edward Scissorhands.
What about Nightmare Before Christmas?
Hated it.
Oof.
Oh, I see. I love that. That's
Oh.
that's a must hit every holiday season for me, multiple times.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but saying that does not help redeem you. You're still in the same place.
I hate Tim Burton movies. I really don't like them. My daughter's in love with them, Anna. She loves them, and I'm always making fun of her. I'm like, turn that shit off. I don't. I'm just not one for musicals, and he's turned into this whole musical thing with, was it Sweeney Todd or whatever?
Sweeney Todd was like freaking over a decade ago.
Yeah, that movie was on repeat in my house last month. So,
But it was a great movie though.
yeah. Well, let's take this back to DC, okay?
No, let's take it back
Yeah,
to DC,
okay.
right? Loved Christopher Reeve.
Yes.
Fucking loved him. He was Superman.
Yeah.
And then, Brandon Routh. And then I saw Henry. And
Yeah.
Henry was just like, he had the build and the physique and the jawline and the fucking the hair coming out of the suit, the chest hair. I was like, I would let him save me and hold me.
He put the man in Superman.
He did. He did. I don't care. People's like, oh, an American icon's being played by a Brit. That's because no motherfucking Americans can step up to the plate and do it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get your shit together, guys. Get your shit together.
Let me guess, Chris, you don't like Henry Cavill either.
I can't stand Superman. I'll drop that bomb.
Oh! Jesus.
He's in timeout. I love Superman.
There you go, Sean.
There you go.
Ass kisser.
See, Sean's smart. Sean's like, shit, I don't want to get kicked out. Lie to me. Lie to me if you have to.
Chris hasn't read the right Superman stories because he
always been a
falls
Batman
in the
guy.
trap where it's like, Superman is the boring Boy Scout and he doesn't have any interesting qualities to him. And if you don't know how to write Superman and you don't know about him, that's what a lot of writers default to.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact there's a story that I read and it must have been illustrated by Alex Ross because I remember the picture vividly. It's just like a worn out Superman, kind of like half buttoned up shirt, just like collapsed in his recliner at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he put the work in and it's like he has to shut it off at some point. Like he's literally a god but he can't be doing this shit 24/7. He's got to like have a life too and some kind of normalcy. He's got to have, Lois wants to bang in the bedroom, right? So it's like he can't be gone all the time.
That's right.
So the fact that he has to balance his human self, his Clark Kent side with his Kal-El side, with the Superman side. I mean, there's some interesting tidbits there, but it's just you got to get a good story, a good writer.
The dynamics are a little crazy because you kind of feel bad for him in a sense, because you feel bad that here he is, kind of like a god, like you said,
He's a false god.
Right, but at the same time, he's trying to be human. He's trying to be normal,
He is human.
Yeah.
He's more human than most of the other people he works with.
Yeah. Did you guys see the trailer for the new Superman TV show coming out? Was it Superman and Lois, something like that?
No, I didn't see that.
With Tyler Hoechlin.
No, I haven't seen the trailer. I heard
God.
about it.
Yeah.
This fucking guy still?
They upgraded his suit. They upgraded his suit, and I do have to say that the suit looks really, really good. The only problem I have with the show is that they gave him 2 sons. He's got 2 kids.
Oh,
What?
really?
Yeah.
Why?
And I am a firm believer that Superman should not be having kids.
No.
No, why would they do that? See, I hate when they take perfectly good source material and fuck it up.
Yeah. No, he's got 2 sons in the show.
Oh, see, something had to go wrong.
Yeah.
Always. Like Tyler, I saw him in Teen Wolf. I liked him. when I saw him as Superman, I said he seems all right. He looked great as Clark Kent. But when I watched the crossover, and then you saw him next to Tom Welling, I was like, you a bitch ass Superman.
Oh my God. When I saw Tom Welling and against all the other actors, I guess I never really noticed in Smallville, but he towers over everybody
He's
else.
huge.
He's a huge dude. He's
That's
like, what, 6'5" or something?
Yeah, he's big.
Even that Lois was like the sexy lumberjack. It's like I would let him dog me out in the barn. Not even giving a fuck.
And they gave him kids. He was like, no, I don't do the Superman
Yeah,
thing
but he
anymore.
gave up his powers.
He gave up his powers though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about that whole Crisis series with Kevin Conroy and the mech suit and how he was a kind of a bastard and all that stuff that they did?
I mean, I was like kind of upset because like the first time live action Kevin Conroy Batman,
Yeah.
and they made him psycho.
Yeah.
Like
He was
like
real
he
big.
lost it. He killed Superman.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Well, Batman's the
Kevin
only one who
Conroy is
can
the guy
kill
who
Superman.
voiced the animated Batman
Yeah.
for years and years.
I have been trying for months. Sean, you have no idea. I have been trying for months
We harassed Kevin Conroy.
to get this guy on the show because
my
I
God.
heard that if you can like get in touch with his agent and everything, like he'll respond. He'll do stuff like this. So
Yeah.
I've been trying for months.
We
This is such a
we
good
do.
get.
We almost have a harassment suit. We're
Gotta
getting there. We're working on
balance.
it. We are dedicated to our craft.
Kevin Conroy, if you're listening, please, we love you.
How awesome would that be?
You know, but
I mean,
oh, I'm sorry, Sean. You go ahead.
I was just going to say, I can't wait until we can have some like conventions and see people in person again. It's
Yeah.
been so long now. I forget what they're like, but once they start ramping up and, people, nobody really comes to Louisville. Louisville doesn't have a good one. I mean, you guys are in New York, you know what the heck a good convention is.
Pretty good, but they kind of got screwed last year. Then COVID hit. But
Sean, wait a minute. You mean nobody wants to go to Kentucky?
No. Can you imagine?
Oh no!
Once a year for the Derby, and that's it.
Kentucky? You mean the home of whiskey?
The home of fried chicken, Frank.
Why don't they want to go there?
and us Midwesterners look like we eat too much fried chicken.
Yeah, we do. Well, Chris and we're going to have to travel to Chicago to get a good one,
Oh,
I think.
man.
But anyway,
Whenever they start back
Wow.
up,
I was
if
just
we get a hall pass from our wives,
I just know Kevin Conroy does a lot of those conventions, so
Yeah.
maybe
He
that's
does.
where you can shoot your shot.
I have a picture with Kevin Conroy when I saw him at Comic-Con. He
Yeah,
signed
you met him.
He signed my Batman Year One comic. He signed my Batman the Animated Series first season DVD collection.
Wow, that's
and I
good.
took a picture with him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Everyone
God
was there.
forbid. God forbid. Frank says, "Hey, why don't you come on my podcast?" You know.
I'm gonna try. You know what? I'll send him a message with the picture attached of us. You know, like we're old friends or some
Yeah,
shit.
like he's gonna remember you.
Yeah, but like, yo, Kev, come on, do me a favor. Come hang out for me. Like 10 minutes, not even.
Oh God. All right. So
I was just gonna comment though, like I enjoyed Man of Steel because it had a bit more of a darker tone to it. Loved
Right.
Kevin Costner casted as Jonathan.
yeah.
I
thought he-
did too, but I hated what they did with him.
Yeah, they
I was excited, like, oh, Kevin Costner, that's a good Pa Kent. And then
Yeah.
he's just like, no, son, I will die in this tornado. Please just stay over there. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
that was some horse shit.
Yeah. I was upset that they changed the mythology a little bit.
Yeah.
But I
with how
love
he
when
died.
I love when he fucking broke Zod's neck. That shit was epic.
Okay. So is it just me, or do you guys also think that Jude Law would make a great General Zod?
Jude Law?
Yeah.
He'd be a different take. Well, I guess not. He'd be closer to the original take of
Yeah,
Terrence Stamp, right?
Right. Exactly.
He would be good. I like the casting of Michael Shannon, though.
I
I
was
mean,
about to say I agree with you, Sean. I liked Michael
Michael Shannon is like a scary dude.
But I loved it though. I loved his passion in it too. You know, his facial expressions, like I'll find him. I was like, I believe you.
Yeah, I bought
I
it.
believe you. You'll find that motherfucker. You will. You'll get him.
Zod is a scary man. So scary. And I think they had to do that in order to kind of justifies him like putting him down at the end, which is typically not a Superman trait.
Right.
No,
To
No.
break somebody's neck. But
I
it's like,
love that though. Remember the shockwave when he did it too?
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
I like the fact that they went a little off the cuff with Superman.
Yeah.
Made him kill him at the end.
yeah, I didn't at first, but I've grown to like it. I think Henry Cavill really pours it out in that scene. Like afterwards, he just crumbles and he screams.
Yeah.
This like, he's like devastated that he had to just do that.
Mhm.
So I buy it. I actually do like Henry Cavill. I liked him when I first saw him in Man of Steel. And ever since then, in all the Justice Leagues, and the fact that he's like a big nerd and he went after the part in The Witcher, like, no, I've got to play The Witcher.
Oh, he
Uh-huh.
was fantastic in that show.
And he built his own computer. Did you see that?
Yeah, he posted
Yeah,
on
he built his
YouTube.
own PC.
That's
They're-
awesome.
The dude is, I mean, he's cool too. He's like
He
cool.
play,
and
I think he
down
plays
to earth.
Warcraft too. Warcraft,
Yeah,
D&D.
Yeah, like we could be friends. Come on, Henry. You want to come on the show too?
We get Henry on here, I'll fucking faint. I'd be like,
I'll have to do a deep fake or something.
Yeah.
Just paste Henry Cavill's face and, hey, Frank, it's me, Henry Cavill.
yeah.
Maybe
Hey, Frank, it's me, Henry Cavill.
That's right. You have to talk English.
I'll put a cardboard cutout of him behind us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, then we get sued.
I'm a fan. He's a good Superman. How do you guys feel? So we haven't mentioned Wonder Woman yet, really at all. How did you guys feel about Gal Gadot when you first saw her as Wonder Woman? How do you feel about her now
Well,
after a few movies in?
When I heard about her being cast as Wonder Woman, all I remember is that really tall, skinny woman from Fast and Furious
Yeah,
because she was extremely thin.
right.
And then I saw her in Batman v Superman, and I was like, yo, they put meat on that. And she looked great. I mean, overall, she's a gorgeous woman. I mean, she's what we say, like, she's disgustingly gorgeous. Like, how could someone be that beautiful?
For me, it was funny because I looked at her and I didn't see Wonder Woman. You know, like it was kind of like I got the reaction I got when I heard Ben Affleck was going to be Batman. I was like, no!
He didn't listen to me.
Oh my God. I like raged out on social media for days, you know?
I said, watch this, dude. I was like, well,
I was like, no, not Batfleck, you know?
I'm gonna stick with Wonder Woman right now. We'll get back to that Batman. I'm gonna stick with Wonder Woman right
But
now.
no, but I felt the same way with her as I did with him. But now it's like I can't picture anybody else.
When she jumped in there during that Doomsday fight, and she was just like, and she was smiling, and she's like, ah! I was like, yo, that's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Because
They
people
did it.
forget. People forget. Yeah, she's a hero. She's part of Justice League and everything, but she's an Amazon. She will fight. She will kill. She don't. I mean, war is what she's bred for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And the first Wonder Woman movie, perfect. I mean, if anything, I will give that thing a 99 out of 100. That's how great it was.
I still haven't seen it.
The first one.
Yeah.
Did you watch the
Chris
second
does
one?
not recommend it.
But we're starting really bad with me, man. We're starting with all the ones I'm not a fan of.
Chris, maybe they got a 3-strike rule, so go ahead.
I thought Gal Gadot was great. I thought she was great in the first one. I thought her and Kristen Wiig were great in the second one. I didn't care for the direction of the movies. I mean, they were shot beautifully. Everything about them was great, but it was so confusing and slow, and I almost feel like you can cut the first movie in half, and one half was better than the other. And me and Sean even differ on what half we enjoyed more. I enjoyed more the second half, and all of a sudden you started hearing her music when she jumps out of the trench and she's running across that, the no man's zone. I think that her music itself is bigger than her actual character, and I think that's the problem for me, at least.
I like the fish out of water story with the first one, kind of the origin stuff. I all the way through the trench and all the World War I stuff. But when she started to fight Ares at the end, it just kind of turned into a big CG fest for me, which I didn't really care for.
I didn't like the person who played Ares either.
Yeah,
Professor Lupin as Ares. No,
right. He's typically a good actor. I thought he was totally miscast though. Maybe that's what they were going for. But once he was finally in his Ares form, it just was like, ugh. Yeah, no good.
And then now you have Wonder Woman 84. And I'm sorry, it was very convoluted. It made no sense.
Disjointed, yeah.
It was she's a little kid in the beginning doing this Amazon trials. Meanwhile, her mother specifically said in the first movie, no training for her. And so the aunt trained her in secret. And
Yeah,
then,
that's so weird.
and when the mother finds out that the aunt's training her, she's already like a teenager.
Right.
So why is she a little girl now doing this Amazonian gauntlet?
Right. Very public
It's like
thing.
I follow the movies. Why is that here? And
It's
what's
not like
one of
they
the
had a
best
different
parts of the movie
director or
as well.
something. I mean,
No,
Patty
it's the
Jenkins
same-
was
it's the same
there for the first
director.
one.
and like Maxwell Lord, loved the comic book character, loved Pedro Pascal, but misused in the wrong way.
Hey, Mandalorian.
You know?
Yeah.
No, but
That is not the way.
because Maxwell Lord's power is mind control. Always has been.
Yeah.
He didn't have that in the movie. He was like a shitty businessman, a rook, a crook. And, you know, it was stupid. I liked the CGI of the cheetah. I thought she looked great at the end as the metahuman cheetah. She looked great.
Yeah, I was worried about that, but she looked okay.
Oh,
I mean,
Kristen
they did
Wiig.
it quick, they did it in the dark, so you didn't get a whole lot of it.
Yeah, and Kristen Wiig, I even liked her. I wasn't sure about her casting at first, but I ended up liking her too.
No, she did okay. Like she was okay, but it's like we didn't need Steve Trevor again. We didn't need it. It was
Yeah,
unnecessary. You know, and her learning how to fly, it's just like now she's falling with style. She's not actually flying, she's falling with style. I was just like,
Well, that's what they used to say about Superman back in the 30s, saying that
he never had flight.
he never had flight, but he had a controlled jump.
Yeah.
They called it.
I heard somewhere that in some variation of the Wonder Woman comics, she actually learned how to fly.
Yeah, well, she's supposed to know how to fly.
She's supposed
And
to have
that's where
flight.
we're kind of pulling that from.
But you know, but there were some cool things like her web swinging on the lightning. That was actually a cool effect to see. It was
What is she, Spider-Man now?
yeah, she was web swinging on lightning, but her turning her plane invisible, like, why is there a perfectly fueled up jet at the Smithsonian ready to fly to Egypt?
Being filmed by a guy that was back
I-
in World War II.
I want to, and mind you, Trevor's character is from World War One.
Or one.
And somehow he's learning how to fly a jet because, you know, the principles of flight. Yeah, thrust, lift, and drag. We know, but it's a fucking jet, not a propeller plane.
I hated the whole plot point of having a magical wishing stone. Like, it's just such a lazy, weird,
Oh,
dumb
it was
thing
just-
to have in
I
a
mean,
movie.
Where
I gotta watch this now just to know what you guys are
where-
talking about.
I'm telling you right, where Wonder Woman 1 is, right? Wonder Woman 1 is like an A+,
Yeah.
and 84 is like a D-.
Okay, so now do you guys think that the quality of 1984 was impacted by COVID
No.
because of filming
No.
and all that? and-
No way. I
No?
mean, their themes,
Yeah.
they had the 80s themes down, though.
Yeah.
Their timepieces, their sets, their everything, the clothes, that was on point. It really was.
Because I
It's
think
just-
this movie was pretty much ready to go into the spring. Like, it was originally supposed to come out in like May, June. So I think it was pretty much done. And the effects, they had all this extra time for effects, which who knows, maybe because they had more time on Cheetah, they actually made her look better than she did. Because I know in the trailer she was kind of tough. But
Maybe.
I think just the whole story, like the story is just bad.
Yeah.
Dude, all right, just to tell you, at the end, right, when she's trying to get
You're gonna spoil the whole movie for me now?
You might as well. You're not going to watch it, are you?
Wonder Woman loses to Wind.
Oh boy. And with that,
Right, Sean?
we're gonna take
Yeah.
take a little commercial break right here. Okay.
Wind.
Did you know that there are over 1 million podcasts out there and over 30 million episodes? So why should you listen to Pod Jerky? Well, we have a little bit of something for everyone. We discuss topics such as fertility, pet peeves, Netflix reviews, music, conspiracy theories, and everything in between. We will entertain you, make you laugh, and make you cry. Our amazing guests are also sure to put a smile on your face. Tune in every week to Pod Jerky on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever podcasts can be found. Pod Jerky, bringing you original flavor.
Every 73 seconds, someone is sexually assaulted in the United States. We are here to tell you you are not alone. Blackbird, an advocacy podcast, tells the stories of victims and survivors of true crime with a focus on the support these survivors need. We provide information for those who have endured trauma and for those who love someone who has. Tune in every Sunday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts to hear these stories of hope, survival, and empowerment. No one should go through this alone. We believe you.
Hello, everybody. I am Nick.
And I'm Russ.
And we are two sexy motherfuckers ready to take on the world.
We're going to tickle your ears and inform your brain.
Because that's what the Nick and Russ Don't Know Anything podcast is all about.
Check us out at nickandruss.com.
With new episodes every Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah, baby.
What is Gen X? What is the silent generation? What do generations have in common? Hi, I'm Trish the Dish from the Gen X Voice podcast, and I invite you to listen to conversations I have with folks from different generations, backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences in an attempt to see what connects rather than divides us. Even though Gen X has been called slackers, Karens, or not mentioned at all in some cases, we are the bridge generation, so I feel compelled to do my part to destroy ageism by bringing all these voices together. And, as a bonus, each guest gets to answer some 80s questions at the end of each show. So download and listen to Gen X Voice today on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And let's see how much we have in common after all.
And we're back. Hey.
So, which means to tell me all I have to do is eat a can of bush beans and I'll defeat Wonder Woman.
Yeah. She'll slump against the wall and she'll be like, I can't defeat you. I'll just let humanity defeat you. Anyway, it was bad.
Hurt.
Oh, man. See, I got to watch this now just to know what you guys are talking about.
All right, guys.
It's 2.5 hours. You won't get back.
Yeah, it's too long for like a joke watch.
I mean, they could have cut out the mall scene in the beginning. They could have cut out. I mean, they could have trimmed in places. There was so much extra fat in that movie, and it just wasn't needed.
Well, trust me, I am not the person to go to for movie reviews. Like, I will tell you a bad movie is a good movie, so I might tell you that I really like this movie.
Well, I mean, okay, so you're okay. So that's me. I went into this movie. I watched Wonder Woman first, knowing that it was Wonder Woman 84 was coming out on HBO Max. So I watched that one without my expectations kind of middle of the road. I didn't know what to expect. And I walked out of that one kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to revisit this. And then because I wanted to see 84 because, everyone's going to be talking about it. It's coming out Christmas Day, yada, yada. I didn't even watch it Christmas Day. I watched Soul. If that tells you kind of where I was. And I watched it and I'm just kind of like, I wanted it to be good. There was a part of me that really wanted it to be good.
Yeah.
And even with my expectations a little lower than probably a lot of the fans after seeing the first one, I still walked away with it kind of just disappointed.
Yeah.
It really does let you down. When you watch the first one and watch it, it lets you down.
I mean, it kind of hurts because I want DC to catch up to Marvel in the cinematic universe.
They're not gonna.
I know it's a different style of movie. Like Marvel sticks with the whole comic book kind of theme movie. Everything, all the colors are bright. Everything's all hunky dory, rainbows and unicorns. But in the DC cinematic universe, everything is dark. Everything's realistic. I love that.
No, I like that. It's just, I just don't see it happening.
See, like when
they got to shut off Disney Plus and stop looking at what Marvel's done and do their own thing. I mean, they just went ahead and released saying they're going to do, they're going forward with a DECU or whatever it's going to be called with 4 movies in the theater and 2 on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And they want to do spinoffs. Well, they're doing spinoffs because they've seen what Disney just released, saying they're going to be doing all these Disney Plus shows and they're going to continue with, the movies. And then everything on Disney Plus is going to tie into the movies.
Yeah.
Hamada needs to stop looking at them and do their own thing.
Yeah, because I not to go back to Man of Steel, but like Man of Steel was really the first of the DC cinematic universe to really kick off the dark and grungy look.
Yeah.
And
Zach did a great job.
He did. But when I had first seen Man of Steel and how dark and how realistic it was, because like throughout all the Superman movies, I don't count Superman for the Quest for Peace.
No.
Okay, so in all the Superman movies, nobody ever touches on the fact that what would everybody do if there really was an alien? Like, this kind of tells everybody in reality, aliens exist.
Yeah.
And they played that fact throughout the series.
Well, that's why I like the conflict between Batman and Superman.
Right.
I love that conflict between the two of them.
Yeah. But, Batman v Superman was good.
Now that's where I'm going to get you now.
What?
because talking all that shit about Batfleck.
Yeah, fucking Batfleck.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, have Goodwill Hunting. All right.
Yeah, how do you like them apples? Right?
All these movies that I said, you watch and see how good he is. He's like, yeah.
I posted. I heard Ben Affleck was becoming Batman. I immediately went onto Facebook and I posted that picture of Christopher Reeve from Superman 4 sitting at the bar drinking when he's drunk. Superman 3. Yeah. He was sitting at the bar drunk and all he says is Batfleck and he just takes a drink.
But you came around to it, right?
What?
Oh yeah, and then the warehouse scene.
Okay.
And that is still, till this day, the best choreographed fight scene. I mean, I'm sorry. The only thing that comes close to that warehouse scene as a fight scene would be Captain America when he fought the Winter Soldier.
Yes, I think that warehouse scene is classic Batman. And I do think now Ben Affleck is the best Batman ever.
Ever.
But I cannot get over Martha.
No, that was bad. That was bad. No, I'm with you on that.
That's the movie. That's not the character. That's the movie.
Yeah. No. Like,
did we just become best friends?
Yeah. Right. That kind of thing. What did you say?
I always found it funny though that their mothers had the same name.
Yeah.
I did find that funny.
Yeah. Chris, what did you think of Batman v Superman?
Well, I was pumped for it originally, and I had no idea it had anything to do with the Dawn of Justice. And I mean, I went into it. I once again, I'm more of a Marvel person. Marvel hooked me.
Yeah.
They got me going.
Right.
I caught a lot of these movies well after the fact that they took place.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first heard Batman and Superman, I knew the kind of the history between the two. I knew they didn't like each other. I didn't know what the outcome was. As soon as I heard Doomsday was in it, I knew enough about Superman that I figured this wasn't going to end well for Superman.
I lost my shit when I found out Doomsday was going to be in this movie.
I did it. I was like, oh, here comes the pain.
So good.
And I love the fact that Batman beat Superman down to the point where Superman knew he could kill him.
Yeah.
And let him live.
Right.
But he wanted to beat him down so bad that Superman knew Superman's, like I said, almost a god, but Batman isn't scared of him.
Yeah.
So, John, you're a Superman guy. Did you find that fight to be realistic, or do you think Henry Cavill Superman could have easily taken down?
I think he held back.
Black?
I think he definitely held back. Again,
because he wanted his help. That's why he held back. He was trying to talk to him.
Yeah, but then there came a point where Batman was really just pissing him off, but he still didn't kill him. But I think, see, that's the thing. I think Clark just holds on to his humanity. He doesn't.
He does.
He holds on to those set of morals that he doesn't kill any humans.
Because I like Henry's Superman because it's more like the New 52 Superman, where now he still really won't kill.
Yeah.
But he's gonna hurt you real bad.
Right.
Because he's gonna break bones. He's the old Superman wouldn't really like cripple people or break bones and stuff. He tried his best to not do that.
Right.
The New 52 Superman was like, I'm gonna pimp smack a bitch. You know what I mean? That's I won't kill her. I won't kill him, but she's gonna feel this hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I liked when I don't know. I had mixed feelings about Batman v Superman because I was hoping that they were gonna kind of be friends more through the movie than they were. Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, like me, when I heard of Batman Superman, before it was Batman v Superman, it was just like the Batman Superman movie.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to my mind was the old animated series World's Finest.
Right.
Where they teamed up to fight Joker and Lex Luthor.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought that there was going to be like a bigger villain in the mix as like Darkseid or have you guys seen? All right, so let's get off Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman because we've been talking about it for like an hour now. But have you guys seen Birds of Prey? Because I haven't.
That's one I haven't seen yet.
I haven't either. I didn't have any interest.
I'm the only one.
Yeah,
I'm the only one. And
moving on.
Well, here's the thing. I saw Suicide Squad ruined it for me because I saw the original trailer for Suicide Squad. It was cut to Bohemian Rhapsody. And I was like, oh, this looks good. And then I went to go see Suicide Squad in the theater, and I thought it was absolute garbage.
That's because it's
trash.
Two movies spliced together.
It was trash.
Yeah.
No, the way they were going at first was good, and then the producers felt like it was too much of a dark tone. They wanted them to lighten it up.
They're
it's
villains.
a movie about bad guys.
Yeah, they're villains. They're supposed to be dark.
They murder, they rape, they pillage. It's what they do.
Right. So
the best part of that movie for me was one, Margot Robbie, perfect.
She's perfect for as Harley. Yeah.
She's perfect. I enjoyed Will Smith as Deadshot. I thought he brought a little. Yeah.
No.
No.
We are not getting jiggy with anything.
No.
Okay.
No. He held it down. He held it down. He let shit be known.
No.
Okay.
So I haven't seen Birds of Prey, but I was interested in what kind of job Ewan McGregor did as Black Mask.
Oh my God! Yeah, he was fucking cool, man. He was vicious. He was so vulgar. It was like Obi-Wan's not giving a fuck.
So Frank, is it worth checking out? Should I check out Birds of Prey or skip it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Do I wish that they casted a younger actress to play Renee Montoya? Yes, they casted Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez,
but she did a good job.
What are we talking about again?
Birds of Prey.
Oh.
But she did a good job. All right, John, Chris,
Okay.
she did a good job. I just wish they casted someone younger, so that way they have a chance to keep moving on. Because I like Renee Montoya, even though she was first, I think, in the animated series, and then they converted her to comics.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that's right.
They converted her to comics because Renee Montoya is pretty much she's one of those first strong female characters. She's a detective. She's one of the first openly gay characters. And she became the next Question.
I was reading comics when that started up, where she partnered up with the Question and then became the new one. That was a good run.
Yeah,
but
that was
I
really
enjoyed her. I enjoyed her in the animated series. I enjoyed the dynamic with her and Bullock. I don't know if Harvey Bullock in the comics before the animated series, or was he new to the series too?
He was new.
Yep.
Okay. I can't wait. I'm hoping that whatever show that they do for HBO Max, where I'm hoping Gotham, the one that was on Fox. I was hoping that was going to be like a Gotham PD, almost like an NYPD Blue, only in Gotham and in a city that happens to have a vigilante called Batman, right?
Yeah.
I thought that would have been super cool. That's not what the show ended up being at all. but hopefully, with this new one that they're making on HBO Max, hopefully that's what it is.
But in Gotham, you have to admit, though, the Riddler was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a good interpretation. I like the actor, and that was
the actor who played the Riddler was fantastic. The actor who played the Penguin was also good. And Jeremy, the guy who played the Joker, the kid from Shameless.
Yes.
He was epic.
I didn't see that one either.
He was
I watched
epic.
that scene. I have to show Chris. I'll have to show you that clip where they're interrogating him for the first time, and he plays like the innocent, kind of like an innocent kid, and then as they progress through the interview in the police department,
he just flips a switch.
He becomes the Joker, and you see him, and you're like, "Oh God, I wish I could get this kid to be the Joker in a movie because he was that good."
Wow.
Yeah, no, he was that good.
Wow.
Because even later on, when that guy died and his twin brother came, it's the same actor, but his twin brother was like a whole different version of the Joker.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think it's a kid that plays. He's Cal Kestis in the Star Wars Force the game, the Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh really?
That kid with the red hair. Yeah, that's him. He's the one that played the Joker. So there's another Star Wars Joker connection, just like Mark Hamill.
Yep. Oh, I love him as the voice.
So, guys, out of this whole DC cinematic universe, who do you say is your most favorite character? Hero or villain?
In the movie universe.
In the movie universe, in the cinematic universe, who is your
For
favorite?
me, I mean, easily I'll go to Batman, but I mean, Batman's been done so much. I actually enjoyed the Aquaman movie more than anything.
Yeah, I was just about to say, me
Really?
too. I was going to say Aquaman. Jason Momoa did a fantastic
I thought Jason
job.
Momoa was great in it. I thought the visuals were great. I thought Black Manta was awesome. I thought the whole story about that had me sucked. That's what actually set me really down my path of watching more of the DC movie. I watched a ton of them in like 2 weeks on our break of our show.
Yeah.
I just started watching all the movies. I actually dove into a couple of the animated ones. The Flashpoint.
Yes.
I watched that. The Paradox. I thought that was mind-blowingly. That was a mind screw.
I love
didn't
that
know
one.
what the hell was going on for the first like 20 minutes of that. But I mean,
I love that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, really, yeah, I'll get off the the Batman thing and let me go a little off script here and go Aquaman.
Now, I was gonna say Aquaman too. It was as much as I love the Wonder Woman standalone movie, the Aquaman movie I think was better. As good as it was, That's how good Aquaman to me was, because just like Chris said, Black Manta was perfect.
Yeah.
His suit, the way he was just perfect.
Right.
And what's his name? Ocean Master. I forgot
his brother.
I forgot the name of the actor though. Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
Patrick Wilson was great as Ocean Master.
I like him as an actor. I like Patrick Wilson.
He was great though. He really was.
I agree with the Aquaman thing, because now he was so good in it that I can't really picture Aquaman as this blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy anymore. Like, I think they should change him over in the comics too to make him look like a Jason Momoa-esque, with the tribal tats and the stuff. I mean, he just did such a good job. Like that he screamed Aquaman to me. I thought it was good.
I mean, there was at one point in the comics when Aquaman, when he had the hook hand, he had the long hair and the beard.
I remember that. Yeah,
You know?
Epic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Classic
that was a while
Aquaman.
ago. And then he had a hand made out of water after that. You remember that?
The magic water. But then he shaved his beard off and stuff. He had like the clean cut look now with the magic water hand. That was just like, there's a lot of things you could do with that.
I agree with Aquaman. I know we've been crapping on the Wonder Woman movies, but I didn't like the casting of Gal Gadot at first too, because I thought she was just too skinny. It wouldn't fit the role.
Yeah.
But the whole package, her in the outfit, there were some things, like even her accent was off to me. Like, does Wonder Woman have an accent? But it's like, well, she's from some island that's not America, so why the hell not?
Yeah.
Right. But like this whole package, she is able to exude strength. Like that scene where she goes in the trench in World War I from the first one, and it kind of goes slow motion, and she's like, the mortar and the shells are like just firing at her like crazy. And so she's got the strength portion of it and the warmth too. Like you look at Gal Gadot's face and her eyes, and there are some scenes where she's like disappointed in mankind, and you just feel bad. Like, oh, please, Wonder Woman, don't be disappointed in us. I feel
sorry.
bad now. Yeah,
she does bring a lot to it.
Yeah, she brings a lot to that role, which I didn't think she would. So she's been a really great surprise. So that'd probably be who I'm
gonna throw a curveball right now and say, what'd you guys think of Ezra Miller as like a young Barry? Because he is a young Barry.
Yeah, I don't know if Chris liked the interpretation of the Flash. Did you? How he was kind of young and quirky, and
I mean, I felt like they were making him into a klutz, and it was kind of like a comic relief. I compared him to basically Spider-Man over in Marvel. I feel like it's comic relief, and there's really no meat to it. They have him there just to have him there because they're going to do something with him later.
Yeah.
I thought there was no point of having him in the movie.
Well, that's the thing with Barry, is that Barry in the comics, he is kind of a jokester. He's kind of like that sarcastic kind of guy. If you go back to the animated series of Justice League,
that was Wally.
Well, well, fine.
Don't mute me again because I'm right. In the comics,
either way, Flash was supposed to be the comic relief of the group. He's supposed to bring the lightheartedness.
The young Barry Allen Flash from the Silver Age Flash was the Barry. At first, he was a bit clumsy.
Yeah,
and he was always late.
Yeah.
But he's also intelligent. He's a CSI. He knows how to read a situation. He's also the most powerful Flash.
Right.
Even though at one point Wally was faster than him, Barry had complete control.
Right.
And Barry was the Speed Force. I always say this all the time, every time we ever spoke about DC and stuff. When I was reading the Forever Evil series and I was reading the Superboy Prime, when Superboy Prime came, he beat the shit out of Superman. He beat the shit out of young Superman. He beat the shit out of old Superman.
Yeah, but that's the books.
He beat the crap out of the whole Green Lantern Corps. He was like, fuck all y'all. As soon as Barry Allen escaped the Speed Force and came out, Superboy Prime was like, ah! He was the only person he was scared of.
Yeah.
What was it? Was that Infinite Crisis? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's when I was into comics and collecting them and reading them monthly. It was right around Infinite Crisis. It's been a while, though, man. I haven't picked up a floppy in a bit.
Barry came after that motherfucker. He was like, I'm going to fuck you in your ass now.
Jesus.
That was a good time in comics because not only was Infinite Crisis going on, but that was right around the time of Secret Invasion over in Marvel. Like,
I love Secret Invasion.
That was a good time to be a comic reader, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Flash over in Flashpoint Paradox more than I did actually in on live action.
Oh, I mean,
favorite.
I wasn't too keen on Ezra Miller. when I first heard about him, when I first seen him.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I mean, he's kind of growing on me. He's not so bad.
So he's like a fungus.
Yeah.
They have something to
Exactly.
kill that.
Yeah.
Because I think he's great in Fantastic Beasts. In that,
I haven't seen that.
He's great in that. Watching him as Barry, because when the way they present it to you, he's just coming. He's not even the Flash yet.
Yeah.
He's not even. I don't think he's credited as the Flash.
Right.
Well,
Well,
they don't call him the Flash until Grant Gustin calls him the Flash.
Exactly. I was just about to say, he doesn't realize the name the Flash until Grant Gustin.
He's like, oh, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
He's like, that's great. I like that.
Yeah.
But
I always loved what they did with the Flash in every incarnation, whether
Yeah.
it be the cartoon, the movies, TV show, like the classic TV show from the 90s with the guy, John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah. That show was good. I like that show.
I like the velvet suit, like, come on.
It's nice to the touch.
Yeah.
Holy Shaft? I'm not familiar with this one.
Chris, look up the 90s TV show of Flash.
Yeah.
90s Flash, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that even had a Danny Elfman theme song, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so too.
See, what I'm really hoping is that, because there was rumors online that because, Jeffrey Dean Morgan played Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
And the actress, I forgot her name, but she's also from The Walking Dead. She played Martha. Now,
Yeah.
everyone knows in Flashpoint,
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne's Batman and Martha is the Joker.
Right.
That's why I was hoping all these rumors would be true for this Flash movie, that if it is Flashpoint, you would see Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I could see him as a Thomas Wayne Batman with the red eyes and the dual handguns.
I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan was also hoping that. He's even tweeted about it. And then they cast Michael Keaton, and he was like, well, maybe not.
Yeah,
Maybe in the next one.
Yeah, but Michael Keaton's like a Bruce Wayne. He's Bruce Wayne. He's not Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do with that story, like how close it's going to be the Flashpoint paradox, or if they're just kind of doing their own thing.
What it could be, I mean, guaranteed, because us fans are looking forward to Michael Keaton coming back so bad that I think what they're going to do is that they're going to screw with us, all right?
He's going to be in for like 5 minutes of the movie.
They're going to do it for like 10 seconds, okay?
Yeah.
Because Flash is going to get lost in the Time Force, in the Speed Force, and he's going to pop in and out of different times. And you're going to see Michael Keaton, you're going to see fucking Ben Affleck, you're going to see Val Kilmer, you're going to see all these different Batmans.
And Michael Keaton won't even be Batman. He'll be the Vulture.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That
But
was good.
okay, so what is one hero you would love to see on the big screen? Now, I will go first because
You go first.
Chris has already kind of hinted towards this in the beginning. I would really love to see Green Lantern. Now, Green Lantern. Okay.
Which one?
No. I want.
No.
There is only Hal Jordan.
I either want to see Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart.
Those are the only Green Lanterns.
Okay. I don't count Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
No one does.
No.
Okay.
Erase from history.
You want to know what the only good part about that Green Lantern movie was? There's only one good part about that Green Lantern movie. Mark Strong as Sinestro. That's it.
Yeah.
He was a fantastic Sinestro. He was wasted on that
See,
movie.
my problem with that movie is that I think Ryan Reynolds could have been a great Green Lantern. He could have been a great Hal Jordan. Okay, but the writing and the CGI messed it up for everybody, and the campiness. Like there was no need to be that campy.
Hal Jordan's not funny like that.
Right.
That's why Ryan Reynolds was born to be Deadpool.
Yes.
Done.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, he was still a great Green Lantern, I think, because when I heard that they had cast him as Green Lantern, I was hyped. I was pumped, because it was a great fit for Hal Jordan. If not so much if they were doing,
Nathan Fillion would have been a better Green Lantern.
Okay.
And Hal Jordan.
Okay. Yeah.
Because his voiceover work was magnificent.
Yeah, I guess.
And after watching him as Mal Reynolds in Firefly, it was. Firefly. Serenity was the movie.
I've never seen Firefly.
Frank was ready to smack you there for a minute. I seen it in his eyes.
That's only because I can't reach him. He would have been slapped already a couple of times. I mean, seriously, the backhand would have been so hard. We would have got a call from Ike Turner going, "That was a good slap, brother." Okay.
But I would really like to see Green Lantern done right in the cinematic universe.
Yeah, and give me Jon Stewart as well because I grew up with Jon Stewart.
Yes, either Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. That's
No,
it.
put both of them in there. We're greedy. We deserve it.
Well, I'd like to see a core. This isn't my answer, but I'd like to see a Green Lantern core movie where you see quite a few of them.
Yeah.
And nobody cares about Kilowog.
What's Kilowog?
So you guys hate Kyle Rayner, huh?
You freaking poozer.
Nobody cares about Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner. No, I would take Kyle Rayner over Guy Gardner.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say Hal Jordan.
No. I love Hal. Hal and Jon Stewart, they come real, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, Hal barely nudges him out because I read Hal more.
I loved the dynamic. I read a few comics where Kyle teamed up with Jon Stewart for a few missions. And because Kyle Rayner was an artist, a lot of his constructs from the ring were very like artistic and imaginative and creative and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
When Jon Stewart's was more like artillery and machinery and things that had mechanical moving parts.
Because
I thought that was just like
in the comic books, I think Jon Stewart was a Marine, but also a construction worker. And they would say that he has arguably the strongest constructs because they say all the stuff he builds is solid.
Yes, but
he understands how things fit together.
But Hal Jordan, they said, had the most.
He was powerful.
What the hell? Imagination. He had the biggest imagination when it came to his constructs.
Well, I always thought it was Kyle had more imagination, whereas Hal had the strongest willpower. He wouldn't give up.
Yeah.
Because Hal became what? He became Spectre. He
Yeah,
became Parallax,
Spectre. Yep.
And Kyle became Ion.
That you had the rebirth story, and then you had all the different colored core. You know, there's a ton of story to tell in the Green Lantern. Honestly, I think it would be better off to be maybe like a series on HBO Max. That's what I would enjoy, like a Green Lantern Corps series where you get to go into the yellow core and the blue and how they all relate to each other and that kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it could make for a good series.
Yeah, because it would be like you wouldn't always see Hal, and Hal wouldn't be the center point. It would be the core.
Yeah.
And we are the core. I love that shit. She gets me hyped.
What about you, Chris? Who would you like to see in a movie?
I wouldn't be so much who I'd like to see. I enjoyed the Batman, the Return of the Dark Knight animated. I like the idea of these like actual human, regular people, superheroes, Green Arrow, Batman. I like the idea of them aging.
Okay.
So I want to see them beyond their prime. I want to see them what they do after the fact. I mean that's kind of always fascinated me. Yeah. So just that, because with Batman, for instance, we always see him within probably the same decade and a half. So you always get the same age.
Typically 35 all the time.
Yeah. So if you put another, put 20 years on him, what is he doing 20 years down the road? Who else is still out there? I mean, who else has aged with him? Just what are the dynamics between him and Superman now? Because Superman obviously doesn't age the same as anybody else.
No.
That dynamic's going to change quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I would like to see that actually on, the big screen.
Well, they kind of touched on that in Batman vs. Superman because Ben Affleck was the older Batman. And Alfred makes a comment at one point saying, the worst thing we had to worry about was exploding penguins. You know what I mean? And
that's an Adam West reference, Yeah. So
but then it's also like and then Ben Affleck tells him later on, how many people, how many heroes did we see in Gotham? How many did and how many stayed that way?
Yeah.
Good people in Gotham and stuff.
Right.
It's like so he was a bit of an older Batman. They touched on that because Ben Affleck was in his 40s when he did that movie.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
I'm saving my pick for last. Sean, you're the guest. You go.
Well, I think Green Lantern Corps, we kind of touched on that a little bit. Chris mentioned Oliver Queen. A lot of people liked the Green Arrow CW show. I never really got into it. I think a cinematic Green Arrow would be kind of cool to see. But beyond that, we've never gotten a good Robin or Robin / Nightwing. I mean, we had Chris O'Donnell for a couple movies who was
with the nipples. Yeah.
Yeah, with the nipples. I would like to see a story right around the time where he decides to go from being Robin to becoming Nightwing. That sort of Nightwing origin story, breaking away from the Bat, that kind of thing. I think there's an interesting story to tell there cinematically.
Isn't there a Titans movie?
TV show on HBO Max.
That covers that. I think that
he becomes Nightwing at the end of the second season.
All right, so you should be watching Titans.
I guess I should be. If that was originally on that DC All Access or that DC streaming service that I never got.
The guy they casted to play Bruce Wayne in that is what's his name? Is Jorah from Game of Thrones? Jorah Moment.
Oh, that's right.
He plays the older Bruce Wayne. Love his acting, love his presence, but he's never in the suit, which is good because I can't picture him in the suit.
He's in just like the Adam West spandex, just the
no. He's dressed real nice and everything, but he brings it though. He does. He brings like when he's in the scene, it's like, yo, that's Batman. Don't let him, just because he's wearing a $5,000 suit. Don't let that motherfucker fool you. That's Batman.
He's a gravitas.
You know, and and then the funny part is my pick was Sean's exactly. I want Nightwing. How popular is Dick Grayson? How popular is Nightwing?
Yeah.
Arguably the best Robin. Became Batman for a while.
You know what I want to see on the live screen? Jason Todd.
Fuck yeah, Red Hood.
Yeah.
Love Jason. Listen, I am a fan of all the Robins because I think they all have their different aspects. Like Dick was like the son the son he should have had.
Yeah.
He is the one that was properly trained and who went out on his own and made it. He had his own series and everything. He did his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when Bruce needed him, he came back. He didn't want to be the Bat. He wanted to be his own man.
Yeah.
Whereas Jason, first off, we killed him. The fans killed him. Sorry, Jason. But when they brought him back as Red Hood, I was like, this is like if Batman said, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what Jason Todd is to me. If Batman said, you know what? Fuck this shit. You pissed me off. Now I'm gonna kill you.
I always read that dynamic to be like Dick Grayson was like the firstborn, and firstborn's typically like the favorite, like the prodigal son, like the guy who's the most successful, right? And then the middle child is typically the one that gets shit on a lot, like Jason Todd.
That's Jason.
And then the younger one is kind of like Batman's baby, like Tim Drake, who's like, almost kind of Batman's favorite, like doesn't want him to leave the nest kind of thing.
Yeah, because Tim actually deduced.
Well, what about Damien?
Wait, we're getting to Damien. We're getting to a little demon child. I'm not wrong. Ra's al Ghul's grandson, demon child. Tim, I liked better than Jason because Tim was smart. He deduced who Batman was. He figured it out.
Yeah.
He has more detective skills than Dick Grayson.
Uh-huh.
And then he became Red Robin, which I love his suit. He looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then Damien came in, and I was like, huh?
Bottomless fries?
What'd you say? Fries. Oh, Red Robin.
Fries. You said Red Robin. Yum.
Red
Sorry.
Robin.
You completely missed everybody.
Yeah, you should have went with
Right
the
over
yum.
my head,
You
dude.
should have went with the yum. You said fries. Like, what? Like, what are you, hungry?
I'm hungry. I want a Big Mac.
And then in comes Damien, and I was like, this arrogant little fuck, thinking who he is, and the way he used to interact with Dick Grayson and shit, like it's like I'm the real son. I was like, no, you're a mistake. That's what you are.
That's why I can't wait for this video game coming out where it's the whole Bat family without Batman. You've got Jason, you've got Dick, you've got Tim, you've got Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think a show would be interesting, or a movie just with them, because they're like the Bat family, the Bat kids. They all have their own weird kind of dynamic. Like there's a little bit of jealousy, kind of like real siblings.
Yeah.
Where they're all trying to like meet up to the Bat and that family dynamic there. And
I loved Barbara, but Cassandra Cain was a great Batgirl.
Yeah.
No, would you guys be satisfied if they went with these lesser known IPs and put them on HBO Max as the movies? So that's what they said. They're going to do the riskier ones on HBO Max right there.
I don't
not put them in
mind.
theaters.
No
I
way.
don't mind. You know
like
what? I think as long as DC is coming out with content, I think it's the better. I think it's a good idea.
Here's my caveat. Disney Plus was able to do it with The Mandalorian, where they made a TV show look cinematic, look like a movie.
Yeah.
There's like no dip in quality. You know what I mean? But if they start releasing HBO Max, DC Universe movies that look like the Titans TV show or look like the thing should be on the CW, then I'd really kind of be against it.
Yeah.
If they're going to do it and put it on the streaming service, they have to put the money into it to make it look good.
The reason I like Mandalorian so much is because it's filmed just like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was shot like a movie.
Yeah, but Mandalorian looks like another Star Wars movie. You
That's
can't really
Jon
tell the
Favreau's
difference.
a fucking boss.
Yeah.
That man single-handedly saved the Star Wars.
Right, but
Okay?
I think that's what Sean's point is that if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up.
Has DC given us that confidence that they can do this, though?
Yeah.
Have they earned the confidence from the fans that, they can say they're putting out 4 movies a year and 2 movies on HBO Max?
Right.
I mean, where have they garnered that, that confidence?
Well, I don't think that they've gone back on saying, "Hey, we're gonna come out with something," and then not come out with it.
I don't know.
Not so much that, but the quality, and it seems like most things are either hit or miss. Either fans love them, or there's been big misses.
Right.
84 recently. I mean, I think I read somewhere that it just got certified rotten.
Yeah.
Right.
It started out certified fresh.
But you know
and
what?
then it's regular fresh, now it's rotten.
But if you look through the continuity of all of the movies, all right, all of the movies have this dark, realistic look to it, where it's set in reality. Okay, so there is kind of a continuity between all the movies. So if they just keep that continuity between the movies and, let's say, their miniseries on HBO Max, then they'll be all right, So
was Wonder Woman maybe 84 just too bright and fluffy and 80s?
See, that's
for the
just
DC
it.
world?
That's just it. I think that they hit us with so many dark and realistic movies that they had to go back to the 80s, which was a lot of colorful, bright colors.
Oh, God, yeah, the colors. The
okay,
clothes.
back then, where, maybe the critics wouldn't complain so much saying, "Oh, this is a dark movie." How can you be so dark in the 80s? That was the freaking, time of, Milli Vanilli and jumpsuits.
Blame it on the rain. Yeah, but you know what? How I feel is that we had, I'm going to start off here. We had Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Right? Actually, let me get in camera. We had Man of Steel. Then we had Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Then we had Suicide Squad.
Right.
Then we had Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Then we had Justice League.
Right.
Aquaman.
Right.
Shazam.
Okay, so now, but with
It's so up and down, even by Frank's kind of leveling it there, it's just all over the map. There's no consistent, even if it's consistently okay. I think it'd be better consistently okay than up and down, one great, one terrible.
Honestly, I think that there are 2 movies in the lineup that are coming out that I think are gonna blow everybody away. Number 1, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Black Adam.
The Rock, babe. The Rock ripped the gate off his house to make sure he got to the production studio.
Okay, everybody.
Is that a thing? Did I miss something?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
He posted on Instagram his gate malfunction. He literally ripped it off. You remember show me? He ripped it off the brick.
The gate to his property. The gate to his property broke and wouldn't open for him to drive his car out, so he ripped it off with his bare hands.
Oh,
and that is why The Rock rules.
He's the people's champion.
Yeah. So a lot of people love The Rock, and they're looking forward to him playing an actual superhero / villain. Maybe the anti-hero.
Really, he's not really a villain. He's not really a hero.
He's like an anti-hero.
He's a king. He has to make hard decisions.
Yeah, he's an anti-hero, and it's just, I think his popularity is going to bring that film to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really hope that it's written right, and it's not campy.
I do have faith though in Suicide Squad because James Gunn is a really great director. Yeah. He's a really great director. I mean, look at his Guardians movies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is good.
You know what I mean? And the way he makes all these characters with their different personalities interact, I could see him handling Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have so much faith in it. And I can't wait to see John Cena's quote-unquote douchebag Captain America. I cannot wait.
John Cena, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to see him.
Why?
Oh! Where were you on that? Where were you on that?
Can't see me.
Where were
We
you?
both had to bring the bad jokes, Sean. Look at that.
There we go. Oh, Jesus.
You
All
guys
right,
have been a
guys.
joy.
Oh, good. Frank, did we earn your?
Oh no, Sean, I love you. Come back anytime. Chris, fuck you.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. It was so much fun. I know we got sidetracked off of a lot of topics today, and we started talking about a lot of things. Yeah, but
not.
You
guys were great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Frank.
All right.
We got to return the favor. You guys got to join us together over on our show.
Yes.
You know what? If you want, you guys can talk about Marvel. I'll bring that too. I'll bring the heat.
Yeah.
We could do Marvel on your show. That's great.
I'll bring the heat.
No, we got to put it more in our warehouse. It's got to be Star Wars because we got to drop the hammer on you.
Oh,
Frank's all about Star Wars. He knows it.
Good luck.
Good. That's a challenge.
All right, guys. Subscribe to Sean and Chris's show, Dadnarok, everywhere podcasts are consumed. Also, follow them all over social media at Dadnarok. And if you still can't get enough, head on over to the website, dadnarok.com. They put out a weekly podcast. It's great. I mean, I love that show. They do live shows every Friday night at 10:30, right, guys?
Friday night at 10 this week, we're actually starting a new series, the WandaVision After Show. We're going to be talking about each episode that drops on Disney Plus every Friday night at 10 p.m. on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So check us out.
Awesome.
Oh, I got to get in on one of those because I remember M-Day.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Have to get you on an episode.
All right, guys. And you can also follow us, The Basement Surge, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Basement Surge. If you want to upgrade your show to the next level and have a legit website for your podcast, sign up with Squarespace today and get your free 14-day trial. Or if you actually want to start a podcast yourself, head on over to Buzzsprout because, in my opinion, they have the best analytics in the industry, which are compliant with the IAB podcast measurement technical guidelines.
Whatever he said.
They make it super easy to distribute your show to all the platforms by just doing it for you. That's great.
You do it for me, and you're great.
So head on over to buzzsprout.com and sign up with them. All the links to everything we mentioned today, including the links to Dadnarok, are in the show notes. So thank you very much for joining us today, guys. We really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks, John and Frank, so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
See you next time.
Let's go. Turn up the volume. And now, from Brooklyn, New York, this is the Basement Surge with John and Frank.
3, 2,